Previously on the Dragon Between podcast. Lithana, you head into the room proper and you begin to traipse across this old, disgusting rug. And as you do, the corners of the rug begin to lift along the edges. And all of a sudden, you get this weird sensation of tugging as you feel the bottom of your body is now pulled sideways as this rug undulates and rises up like a snake and wraps around you. So, Lithana, this rug you just stepped on has undulated up into the air, and it is now going to attempt to attack you. So we'll see. We'll see first if it actually hits you on its sneak attack.
Get me out! Get me out!
I'll tell you what, you were like, I'll say you were like right here, Ender.
Okay.
Okay, so at the start of your turn, Lithana. Whoops, I don't know why I did that. It should be Lithana's turn. You're going to take some damage as you feel this what appears to be much more sturdier than you would think an old rug would be. It's constricting around your throat and crushing you. And you take 14 bludgeoning damage from it. And you can attempt to escape from this with a strength check.
I'm going to attempt to escape then.
So make a strength check. You do not escape from it.
I'm just like trying to move.
And Guthrie, it is your turn. You just watched a rug wrap around the ranger and start constricting.
Oh my goodness! It's the hidden one. I run up there. I attempt to rip the rug off.
Okay.
Do you want me to do strength, or do you want me to grapple? How do you want to do it?
I'll tell you what. You can give her advantage on her next escape check. Because the rug is wrapped around her so tightly that you run the risk of hurting her if you tried to rip it off of her. It looks like she's wrapped in like someone has wrapped her up in a bedsheet and it's just a cocoon right now.
I'll try to rip it off her.
You try to rip it off of her? Okay, make an attack roll. Just a straight attack roll, no, just strength attack, like an unarmed attack.
I have no bonuses anyway, so...
Yeah, it's like a D20 plus your strength modifier.
Oh, no proficiency bonus?
Nope, you're not proficient in unarmed attacks.
Oh.
Right. It's like me trying to rip the wall.
Roll a D4, Gunthral.
Yeah.
You punch Lithana in the face, and she takes a point of damage.
Don't worry, I'll get out of there eventually.
Let me finish this job.
Okay.
I'm done.
On the Rug of Smother's turn, it's going to continue to constrict. It's not going to do anything else. It's going to keep holding on to you and smothering the life out of you, Lithana. Eli, it's your turn.
Don't cast Fireball.
What a lovely... I kind of walk up. Oh, hold on. Right here. Put my arm on, not even on his shoulders because I'm way smaller than him. Goes to it like, hey, check this out. I'm going to cast a spell magic on the rug, but It's a little different incantation. It's actually now an intelligence save.
Okay, how's that work?
And so instead of so dispel is a Ooh, hold on. All right. Okay, choose a creature or object with effect within range. Any spell at 3rd level or lower, the target ends. Okay, so that does. Never mind. It doesn't end like.
Yeah, the creature just makes a Constitution save, and if it fails, it will fall unconscious for a minute.
Okay.
So
But
I'll make. I
Instead
no,
of
you,
a Constitution, that's what I'm saying. I would turn it into intelligence.
Yeah, but how you can't do that because this isn't a spell that you cast. This isn't your save. That's the creature's save.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it'll make a Constitution save, which is a flat 0, a flat nothing against your spell save DC. What's your DC?
15.
Okay.
15.
Let's see what it rolls. It rolled a 12. It suddenly falls to the ground, completely lifeless now, falls away from you, Lithana, and you can now breathe. You are no longer grappled and restrained.
Oh, good thing I got that off you in time.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Gantron. Thank you.
The corners of the rug are very slowly rippling, and then they stop.
Have I read anything about like this type of creature? Do I know after a minute that it comes back, or do I believe it's completely dispelled?
Make a history check.
All right.
We immediately step off.
I'd also like to look around for a heavy object to place onto the rug.
History check. So you have heard that, Eli, in your travels, you have heard of constructs like these. They are magical constructs. And that typically, because of their susceptible to magic and anti-magic, that it will, for a short period of time, disable them and render them inert. You know that, but you would know that the danger is not gone.
Guys, just a little heads up. So, as I read a lot of books, I've read something about I think they're called a rug of tackling, smothering. I dispelled it for just a little bit. After a few minutes or so, it will come back. Better
While he's
get
talking,
going.
I'm going to roll it up into a tight little roll and put it
You're gonna roll it into a ball and put it in what?
in my bag.
And in your backpack?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
got to be ordered something.
You should probably tie that up.
Stay away from me for a little while as well, please.
So,
With a secure knot.
all right. So you guys are out of danger for what appears to be the moment. What would you like to do?
That's
Alright.
in my bag of holding, by the way.
Oh, it's in your bag of holding. Okay, that's a different story. I was about to say that thing was about to burst out of your backpack like a
Well, my
freaking
backpack is
like
in
a
the bag of
chest
holding.
like a chest burster. It just pops out of your back.
Well, my backpack is in the
You
bag.
better hope you never need to go into your bag of holding, sir.
Oh, I'll bring it out at the appropriate time.
Okay. So for the time being, you have an inert, well, for the moment, rug of smothering in your bag of holding.
Is that gonna work? Are you sure that's gonna work?
Well, it's in a different dimensional plane at the moment while it's resting in the bag of
Just
an
go.
extra dimensional space.
It's like dropping an electric eel into a bag full of goldfish. Just all your stuff in your bag of holding is getting knocked around right now. All right. What would you like to do now? You seem to be into some sort of parlor. You see these large chairs And as you're looking at them, they appear to be just coated in slime and fish scales. And there's slime and fish scales like all around this area. And you see these like haphazardly against the stone wall. You see these different curtains, similar to one that was blocking at the top of the stairs before Lithana stepped onto the rug.
Hey guys, down this curtain. Always.
All right. I'm want to try to see if I can. I'll go to the curtain and see what I see.
Carefully, Thana. Objects tend to like to grab you.
Oh, thank you, Ori.
I want to search this area.
Okay. You find several implements, which what you would consider to be kitchen implements. Like some of them are rusty and covered in slime. It looks like there was recently someone cleaned a fish here, so the table reeks of fish oil and just grossness.
Any fish left up there?
There's a couple of fish, but they look a little. They smell a little gamey to you, like they might be getting ready to turn.
So they haven't turned yet.
They have not turned yet, correct?
I'll start eating one.
Okay. Tastes pretty good. It's raw, but it tastes good to you.
Good.
Con save?
Make a Constitution saving throw. You take 4d8 poison damage. Poison.
Your god was smiled on you today. She whispers.
Eli's walking away in disgust. Ugh.
It's called Shushy here. Want some Shushy?
Seriously, his breath has got to be awful now.
Oh,
It already was.
You know, because you like holding my hand.
all right, and I quietly open the curtain.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check.
Okay. That's a 50.
Nice. You very carefully slide the curtain aside on the metal railing, and as you do, it seemed to one corner was like haphazardly. It's not level. It's stuck between the cavern wall, and behind you find what appears to be a passageway.
I quickly move to the next one and do the same thing.
Okay.
And use the same roll.
Yes. my fingers are very, very long, and I just got it in the same.
Okay. You open up the curtain, and you find what appears to be a very nicely done portrait of a humanoid person with purple skin. But what's strange about the person is instead of, the normal stature of a humanoid head, they have the head of a squid. And have like a series of tentacles that drape down like a beard on its chest. It's wearing this black leather getup that its features are very thin and almost halfway between frail and athletic. And the eyes regard you in sort of like this almost imperceptible alien stare.
As soon as I see it, I whip out my scimitar and point it at it.
Okay.
Oh, let's look at the next curtain.
Can I look at the picture?
Sure.
Have I ever seen one of these things before
Open
in
curtain.
my studies?
Open curtain.
You can.
I'm gonna take a step back.
It bears a striking resemblance to the carving that you get off of that marrow.
Yeah, the head.
Gunny, as you open the curtain, you find what appears to be another portrait of another humanoid, but it looks like it's been defaced. And this humanoid seemed a bit smaller in stature. It almost had the stature of what appeared to be a halfling, but it had very hairy hands, like the hair, tufts of hair coming out of its jacket, but the face has been disfigured. Like someone has taken a sharp implement and has scratched through the painting and tore it asunder.
I also open the curtains.
Okay. You open this curtain and you find a blank wall.
Yeah, this is my luck, guys.
You can probably walk
And-
through it.
And on the blank wall, someone has scrawled graffiti. And in a language you've never seen before.
All right, I'm gonna leave the curtain open and walk away from.
Okay.
Anything interesting?
Just some weird scratched out picture over here by us.
Oh, you want to bite Ori?
Oh, no, I'm quite all right, thank you. How generous.
He puts it up next to your face. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm still quite full from our rest. Thank you, though.
Ender's hands are now currently covered in fish scales and fish oil.
Not mine.
No, sorry, Gunny. I apologize. I got you mixed up.
All right. I was like, why'd you do this to me?
I'll wipe my hands off on. When I finish the fish, I'll wipe my hands off on the curtain.
Okay. Ender, would you like to open this curtain?
Oh,
I saw you move to it.
yes.
Okay. You open up the curtain and reveal a toilet.
All right, I'm gonna have a couple moments alone.
Anything interesting down there?
I'm going to search inside the toilet. I'm not going to like stick my hands in there, but I am gonna look in there to make sure there's no,
Make an investigation check, sir.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
You find a turd.
Well, I'm gonna add another one. I'm not going to say what's happening in here, but because I don't want to gross out the viewers.
You find your own turd.
You close
You
the
grossed
curtain,
out the
or do you let
viewers.
everyone watch?
I close the- I look for some good reading material.
Okay.
He like walks up and like hey Ender, you're in there. Open. Oh, okay. So, okay.
My
I
God,
also
that
wipe my hands on the curtains.
Lovely.
somehow smells worse than the fish.
While all this is happening, Lithana has her bow and arrow out, looking over the room.
Okay. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary, Lithana.
It's a big room.
Just hearing a lot of drips in the distance, like down that passageway that was revealed behind the curtain. You hear the constant sound of dripping.
Well, one last curtain, shall we?
Sure, let's see what's behind curtain number 10.
Hour, you wish
Yeah.
you wish to open this
I'll
curtain?
open it. Yes.
Okay. You open the curtain and you reveal a set of stairs heading upwards into another passageway.
Guys, there's some stairs here.
Well, which way do we go?
Looking at the floor in front of me, do I see any track?
Make a survival check.
Alright. Saving time.
You see tracks all over this room. You see a mixture of different types of tracks. Some humanoid, some resembling that slithering track that the Marrow made when it was heading down the passageways away from the sandpit area.
Do we see any blood?
You don't see any blood, other than the grossness that was on that prep table next to the stove. That Gunny just had to go get his hands in.
Well, they didn't. They didn't drag their friend through here.
Lathana's like running across the room and looking over to the stairs and seeing if there's any difference in the foot.
You see a higher concentration of footprints heading toward these stairs than in anywhere else.
So
Alright,
sneaky when you want to go up.
Man, it looks like there's more footsteps up these stairs. I can lead if you.
Yeah, go ahead and sneaky up there and see what's going on.
Sneaky up there, do it.
Sneaky.
Sneaky. You
I'm
gotta
gonna
be.
do the same thing.
You
I'm
gotta
gonna
be
keep close behind
sneaky,
her.
Charlie. Sneaky.
Sneaky.
I'm gonna keep at least 30 feet away from her.
But
I don't
I'm
need to be clinking behind her.
going to move up the stairs.
Okay. As you peer around the corner, you see that this tunnel appears to end at another curtain.
I snake up to it and I attempt to open it.
Would you like to roll a stealth check?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd like to be
19.
about that close.
Auri, are you also sneaking?
Yeah.
Okay. Ender,
I'm gonna
are you also sneaking?
Yes, I'm sneaking. I just want to be. I want to follow her and make sure I'm like at least 25 feet away. I want
Okay.
to stay 25 feet away.
Nice. That's a natural 20. That'll be the only natural 20 that you get tonight, Eli.
I attempt to open the kid.
Okay. For all of you from behind,
I rolled.
you hear the sound of Ender just slapping his sword on the side of the wall, yelling "shit" as he walks up behind you all.
Oh boy, that's 2 ones tonight from me.
And Auri, you accidentally bounce off of Ender as he walks past you, nearly stabbing you in the calf with his longsword as he does.
Ooh, clumsy. My fault, sorry.
And Lithana, you wish to open the door?
I would try.
Okay. Did you want to do so carefully or just fling it open?
I'll do it carefully.
Okay. Very, very carefully and gingerly, you take your hand and you raise it up and begin to pull the curtain aside. And as you do, you find what appears to be some sort of sleeping area. Some sort of area of rest. And scattered around the chamber, you can see several beds. You see several open chests, a couple of closed chests off in the corner. And you also see what appears to be some sort of pit. And what also appears to be a ring of stones with a bit of ash.
Hey, psst. It's a sleeping area, but I didn't see any. Or do I? Dun, dun, dun. I'm gonna move into the room and I'm gonna look at my friends and kind of gesture with my hand, like.
As we're all passing into the room, Ender would like to stay on guard duty and keep the curtain closed behind us, but still be peeking out down the hall.
Okay.
I'm also making sure I step on no carpet.
All right.
It looks like these are living quarters.
There won't be some treasure to take.
Is that why there's beds in here?
Yeah, I'm gonna search the chest.
Can you tell if anyone's been here recently?
I try to look around and see if I can tell. Do you notice anything?
You can make. Are you just giving a once around look, like a perception check, or are you actually looking at something specific?
Sure. Just looking around.
Okay.
See what I
You
can
can.
see.
You can make a perception check if you like.
20. Lots of 20s, man.
And all the chests that appear to be open are empty and are either empty or the ones that are open there are either empty or they appear to have some sort of just discarded refuse, like torn up clothing, old, like moldy items, a broken cup. But looking around the Loon Lithani, you see nothing appears to be out of the ordinary. You see more just a steady line of indentation in the dirt of of this cavern room floor. You can just see that this area is used often, and there are lots of patterns of what appears to be people moving through it, moving towards the different curtains. And you see another curtain on the other end of the room, the northwestern or northeastern part of the room.
Doesn't look like out of the ordinary, but they could be here at night. I will say though, aren't we looking for the not the marrows? We're looking for that coat thing, right?
The Shunners, the gang, yes.
You also
Do
see
you
a couple of chests that appear to be undisturbed, not open. And Gunny, Ari, and Eli, you see that this table appears to be some sort of makeshift lab. Like there's various glass vials and beakers spread apart. There's a couple of items used, like a mortar and pestle, that's used potentially for alchemy, and you see a couple of random notes and papers spread across the table.
Can I read any of the notes and papers?
If you like.
Yeah, I want to try to read.
Can I find anything useful on the table?
Yes, you find a vial that is filled with some sort of liquid.
Okay, I'm gonna take that and put it in my pack.
Okay.
Hey, Gunny.
Yeah, what you need, sneaky girl?
Oh, wait, what? What did you call me?
Sneaky girl.
Oh, I'm good with that. Have you seen anything that would, in these tunnels, you know, I know you're into religion, that would show any sign of the Shunners? I really can't tell, I just see footprints.
I haven't seen anything looking religious yet. No one's wearing any symbols or medallions. There's no reliefs scratched in the walls. No picture. What's this? A spittoon or?
It appears to be some sort of pot. And looking into the pot, you can see that there's garbage, refuse, some like solid matter, but and other liquid matter. Like, and as you bend over and look into it, it smells foul, like somebody potentially pissed in this thing.
What's it made of?
It looks ceramic, like a clay pot or urn.
I'll walk over to these closed chests.
Okay.
And I want to try to open them.
Okay. One of them appears to be unlocked. The other one appears to have a little lock on it. It's very
The one that's... Sorry, go ahead.
It's very intricate looking lock. Like it's the strangest lock you've ever seen. It doesn't look like it takes a key. It looks like it rotates on a dial. You've never seen this kind of lock before.
I'm gonna search the open one, and then I'm gonna search the locked one by casting knock.
Okay. When you open the unlocked chest, you hear a clicking noise as you lift the lid. Make a dexterity save.
Dang it, I should have known.
Good job, thief.
18.
Okay. Let me just see how big this is. Do.
Make a note that Eli is actually a thief.
Alright. Well, it looks like it's only Eli that's taking this. Alright. Okay, so
Dang it, I should have known. I should have known.
there is a loud explosion as a fireball erupts from, and you take, let's see, you take 17 fire damage, and you are knocked back onto your ass. And there's a loud sound that echoes throughout the chamber, just like an enormous eruption of just like a...
Do I see this?
You hear it.
Oh, okay.
And as you turn around, you see that Eli's been flung back a few feet, and he's laying on the ground. His robes are on fire.
I'm panning out my robes.
Poor boy. Liam. I don't think that's a problem. And let them come.
Master thief.
I look back startled, shake my head. I see that he's all right. And then I look back out the curtain to make sure everything is, no one's running.
The pressure, the air pressure from the fireball kind of makes the curtains sort of blast out in both directions. And Gunny, as you were looking, you can see that as the curtain blew up, you can see that another path stretches on. As the curtain then begins to settle, as you turn around to see where that came from, and see Eli on the floor.
Okay, I'm gonna step over here and just keep an eye to the corner of the...
Okay, make a perception check. Or actually, tell you what. Let me look at your passive perception to see if you would observe anything. Yes, you would. You hear what sounds like a muttering noise, like people or someone talking, echoing from the hallway beyond.
I'll whisper into my new ring and say, "Good job, guy. You just woke everybody up in the other room. I hear people that are talking and possibly coming."
Poor boy.
I'm gonna whisper to the ring. Well, you better hide. Never mind. Joke's on you. And I want to search this chest, the one that blew up on me.
The one you blew up on you exploded. There's nothing left.
Dang.
The one that was locked with the strange lock is still locked and appears to be pristine. Like, whatever this was didn't affect it at all.
I want to cast knock on it. The lock.
Okay, you can go ahead and cast your knock after you do your incantations and speak the arcane words. You hear an audible ratcheting of cogs whirring, and after a moment, the lock springs free, and you're able to open it.
You guys, I'm not that bad of a thief.
Yeah, open it. We'll see.
I'll open the chest.
Make a dexterity save.
Oh!
I'm just kidding. Make a Constitution saving throw.
5.
You take 12 poison damage as a puff of purple gas emits from this case. And you are unconscious.
No,
Great.
he has like 1 point.
Hey, Ori, can you go check on him before he, like, see if he's alive or dead?
Yeah, I'll go take a look.
I think he has 1 point left.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, he was 10 away from going unconscious.
Hey,
Ari,
are
as
you
you get closer, you see that this purple, whatever it is lingering in a cloud around him as you get closer to him.
Oh boy, don't want to touch that.
What would you like to do?
What's going on?
He's looking pretty bad. There's some purple stuff all around him too, and it
Eli,
doesn't look good.
make a death saving throw. Okay, that's one success.
12.
See if you can pull him out of there. If you need to, wrap a noose around his neck and pull him.
It appears that this gas is emanating from the chest, which is open right now, and it's pouring out of the chest.
Okay. I guess I'll attempt to pull him back away from it.
Okay. As you get closer to it, you are becoming susceptible to this poison. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Hey, sneaky girl, can you if you're any good with the bow, can you shoot the latches on the chest to make the lid?
Oh, you can try.
19.
You just managed to cover your mouth and reach out and grab Eli and begin dragging him away from it.
Alright. As she pulls Eli away, I'm going to try to... I don't know. How it's gonna...
Okay, well, while you're waiting on that, Eli, make another death save. That's another success. Eli is still very unconscious. Looks very peaked. His skin is almost yellowed.
You can stabilize him, Ori.
You need to roll a medicine check in order to do that.
Okay. I will try.
Alright, I'm going to just try to...
Ari, giving him a once over, and you appear to have dragged him away from this. He's no longer being stuck within that cloud. He appears to begin breathing again, but he's still unconscious. Hey Eli, does that mage armor, is that a concentration spell?
No, it's not.
Okay, just checking.
Yep.
For the chest, when it holds open, are there little arms in there that holds the chest open, or is it a hinge?
It appears to be a hinge, but there are a couple of what look like tiny pistons that are holding it up.
I'm going to try to shoot the little piston and...
Okay. You can make an attack roll with your bow.
Alright. That's a 27.
Okay, you hit one of the pistons. The one side, one corner of the chest starts to bow down, and the pneumatic piston pushes it back up. And the gas is starting to fill the chamber. It's now encroaching where Eli and Ori have been are currently crouched on the ground.
Ori, Eli, move! And I'm going to try to shoot 2 in quick succession.
Go for it.
Alright, I'll try and drag him further, I suppose.
Okay, in quick succession, for some reason, Lithana throws her double-bladed scimitar.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Go ahead and death save again, Eli.
Yeah, make another death save, sir.
Didn't she stabilize me?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
So, you are able to hit in quick succession both pistons, and the lid to the chest bounces, and you hear it click, and then it stays shut. And the gas starts to dissipate into the ceiling, no longer filling that section of the chamber.
Oh boy. I'm trying to, take my hand and sweep it out of the way.
Gunthril, you are continuing to hear a low chanting, a murmuring. You can't quite make out what's being said, but it's just like droning now.
Can you get him up, or?
I can give it a go, yeah.
Yeah, give him a little bitty thing.
Okay, I want to do that third, so I have 2 more D8 to go.
Okay. Eli, your eyes snap open, wide awake now.
How you doing, buddy?
Not very good. I thought I could open chests. It was a terrible idea.
Thief.
I stick to wizardry.
You've got to be careful. You know?
Hey, Ender, you want to come over this direction? We got a bunch of guys over here chanting. I don't know if they're summoning something or just praying.
All right, I'll respond and come back over.
Okay. Ender, as you get closer to where Gunthril is stationed near the wall, you see again, another very similar looking dirty curtain. And you can now hear very faintly the murmuring of someone speaking beyond. Can't quite make out the words, but appears to be echoing from out on the other side of the curtain.
Hey, Eli, why don't you, that north bed behind Ender, why don't you hide behind that? And, Lithana, can you, go up the hallway and check out what's up ahead?
It's a good idea.
You want me to go that way? We probably need someone to watch this character
Hold on
as
one
well.
moment.
Nah, I'd worry about what we got in front of us right now.
I'm gonna touch Eli and cast Bark Skin on him before he runs off from me.
Okay.
Too many close calls.
You can drop that effect onto Eli if you like from your action tab on your character sheet.
Okay, when I did it before, it did not work, so I'm gonna try.
Let's take a look at your character sheet and take a look at the action. Let's see. Barkskin, you say?
Yes.
Okay. It's concentration spell. Their AC becomes 16 regardless of whatever armor they're wearing, so his AC goes up by 2. We'll keep that in mind. I'm not sure why, but for some reason they didn't program in a macro for that effect.
Yeah, I was able to just, when I had it on myself, I just clicked on my AC and I just like put it up by 2 and then I took it back down after it wore
Okay.
off.
All right. So, Lithana, you're continuing on beyond the curtain now?
Yes,
Are you doing so sneakily?
of course.
All right, if you'd be so kind as to roll a stealth check for me if you haven't already done so.
All right.
Or you want to get behind Ender?
That's a natural 20. 27.
All right.
Man, guys, I'm rolling like all the high dice.
You see that the passageway continues on to another, what appears to be another support column that rises up into the ceiling of the cavern.
And I do not walk into the wall.
You do not walk into the wall. I mean, as fun as it is walking into walls, I can understand where you're coming from there.
I'll whisper out. We'll wait till she explores a little bit, then reports back.
Okay.
Look at ahead.
All right.
Do I see any move?
Peeking around, you can see a smattering of stones on the ground. You can see that the passageway continues on and curves a bit. And you see another one of those support columns. And you can just make out what appears to be the beginnings of another set of stairs. But these seem to be going down.
Alright. I'm going to make my way down the stairs.
And the murmuring is now getting louder.
Are you telling us what you see, or?
Yes. I'm going to... As I'm standing here, to my ring, I'm going to program it, if I can, that Eli, Ori, and Gunny, every time I want to talk to all of them, I just say potato heads. Hey, potato heads. There's some stairs, and the sound is getting louder.
Is it clear for us to come up, or?
Sure.
You want to advance Ender?
Yeah.
And
Alright,
as
guys,
you
I'm gonna-
and as you step up, there is no light within this cavern. You do not see Lithana. And as you peek around the corner, you see the same thing that she has described to you. You see that it continues to stretch on curve, and you can see another set of stairs that lead downwards. And the sound of voices is continuing to echo and become louder now.
And as Ender walks right by me, I just very quietly whisper,
Ah!
And then
Eli,
somebody yells for some reason. Ender yells.
She booed me.
She did boo you.
I'm gonna hold on to Eli so he doesn't like try to open another chest along the way.
I'm gonna keep continuing forth.
Lithana, you see a massive chamber ahead of you down this set of stairs. And within the chamber, you see now this enormous chamber, this enormous pocket of a cavern. And you see huge support columns of natural forming stalactites into stalagmites that meet each other from ceiling to floor. You see tables spread throughout the area. You see rows and rows of pews and some sort of filthy long rug that stretches forward to a bit of a worshipping table of some sort. Piles of skulls around it. You see individuals robed, sitting in the pews, sitting in chairs. You see another person who is currently holding their arms up in the air in an adulation and is wearing some sort of mask that resembles that of a squid. And behind this person, or standing next to this person, you see another one of those fishy creatures with the harpoon weapons. But behind the two of them, you see a massive construct. Something that you have not seen in a very long time. You see a warforged titan. Its head down, its arms lax, standing against one of the support beams. It looks old. It looks rusted. There's bits of barnacle stuck to it. And it looks like there are metal plates that have been haphazardly attached to it to make it seem more like a sea life creature. Some sort of warped, twisted version of a construct. It almost resembles a dragon turtle. And there's now the echoing of voices is much louder as the individuals within the chamber are now speaking in some sort of language that you've never heard before.
Hey, psst, potato heads. And I, Renee, what I see. Come up.
Can we see the room and the people?
I will reveal the map to you. Might take a moment. Might even crash Fantasy Grounds. We'll find out in a moment. Eli, did your audio fall out? Stop working?
Mine, no.
You thought knock disabled traps?
Yeah, I did.
Did you reread it?
Yes.
It like activates them, I believe.
You just like activated 2 traps, one after another. We're not laughing at you, we're laughing with you.
Oh no, I'm laughing at him.
Okay, Mark's laughing at you, I'm not.
I mean,
Because I
Gunny
misread the
he already
spell.
gave his laugh off. Come on, Lynn, it's not that bad.
Hey, what's the plan? So, I mean, I'm alright with shooting another Maru, but is this what we came for? Maybe they know something. Some information.
I wouldn't assume they're friendly.
My
Can I
map
see what
hasn't
type
updated
of
yet.
cult that they're worshiping? Or are they just worshiping the Warfort?
Hey, Ari, do you know anything about these creatures? Are they good? Are they bad?
Am I able to see them from where I am?
One moment, please. Fantasy Grounds is still loading. Should start seeing the map appearing for you soon.
Are we supposed to kill all the Shunners? Is that the goal here?
We're supposed to find the hideout, and
Ah, there we go. It loaded for me. No, we're supposed to find the hideout, but... And then I thought eliminate.
eliminate the threat if we can, you know. But we're not going to die for it. We can always come back later.
How many people again?
Well, you can't see from where you're at. You would need to get closer.
Lithana, you want to take a spot where you can hide well and
Alright. going to very stealthily go down the stairs.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Yuck. That's a 6. Oh, that was a 9.
That's survival.
Oh, well, okay. Okay, +1 is
That's lucky.
so 10 total.
How much was your stealth?
10.
10?
Yes.
Okay. Lethana, as you begin to step down the stairs, you trip over a rock and stub your toe and kick the rock, and the rock flies out and makes a loud clattering noise. And as it does, several of the individuals that are robed sitting at the pews begin turning and looking in your direction.
Oh boy. Can I attempt to move back super fast?
Well, unfortunately, the ever-bright lantern, which is a bit away from you, is shedding just enough light that, unfortunately, you have been spotted. And you hear this person yell out, "We're not alone!" I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh boy. Be ready.
Not a 1, please. Not a 1.
Hey, you got it too.
I got it too. I don't know how it rolled twice, but
Guys, we might be in trouble.
Funnel them.
How many do I say?
Exactly what you see on the map. Besides the giant Warforged Titan.
So I just see the 6.
And the large marrow creature.
Right.
Alright. On Dasher's turn, he turns around, draws his hand crossbow, and dashes forward. And as he does, he yells out, "Get them!"
Here did they come?
And
7 against 5.
it's okay. He's firing with disadvantage because of how far away he's firing. So maybe he won't hit you. So you hear a bolt go fly across, and it smatters into the ground, kicking up some dirt as it does.
She kind of lets out a let out a breath. I know.
And Gonthral, it is your turn. You heard the sounds, the echoes.
Am I in like total
Oh,
darkness? Or...
gosh, I forgot. This guy's 2 attacks. Excuse me, Lethana. Quickly reloads and rolls a natural 1.
Yay.
Gonthral, you can see a very dim, faint glow coming from ahead. So you can see where the steps begin. It is dark, but you could make your way to the steps. You would see where they end and begin.
So, question again: am I in total darkness?
You are in total darkness, but just ahead of you, you can see the very faint glow of an ever-bright lantern, you assume, or a torch that is illuminating somewhat the opening where this staircase leads down into that chamber beyond.
I'm gonna hold my action.
Okay. In that case, Eli, it's your turn.
Wait for them to come to us.
That's what same thing I want to do.
I think
But
Shannon
we need
murdered.
Lithana to us.
I'm gonna move there.
Okay.
Can I see into the chamber from there?
You can see that from your current vantage point, you don't see anyone because the chamber goes down several feet. The staircase goes down several feet. You know, just shy of 20 feet. So all you can really see is just like the cavern floor ahead of you.
Okay.
You can see the bolt, and you can see Lithana kind of wildly whirling around like she's getting ready to pull her bow.
Can I see this spot? Middle
Sure.
of that? The middle, the floor, the middle of that sphere. Can I see that spot from where I'm at, or no?
I would say you could see it like, let's see. I would say that you could see it right about there, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna hold Fireball as an action. I'm gonna cast it when I see
Okay,
so many people run into that sphere.
sure.
All right, I'll hold my action.
All right then.
As Eli quickly does math and calculation of how far he needs to be to protect.
All right. Danica is going to move towards her, try to move her full movement to get to you. Lithana. She rushes around the pew and begins running for it. And when you see her moving into that area, are you going to cast your fireball on her?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Waiting.
All right. Danica rushes forth. She is right in your face, Lithana. She pulls out her weapons, and you can see as she gets closer to you, her beautiful halfling reddish hair begins to wither away. Her skin begins to erupt into fur, and her teeth begin to elongate as she pulls her weapons. And there is a murderous glint in her eye as she does. The other cultist now is rushing around the pew and is running towards, as fast as he can possibly move, running towards you. And you can hear the sound of chanting now. You can just hear
Operon after us! Operon after us!
as it continues to echo in the chamber.
You can do a religion check and see if everyone's
Sure, make a religion check. You have never heard of the word Atheros before. Doesn't sound like any kind of religion you've ever heard of. Lithana, it is your turn. You have this person whose features, this halfling has now melted away, or features have melted away into some sort of lycanthrope creature.
I look back at her and I kind of bar my teeth. Like, ah. And I take out my scimitar and strike her twice.
Okay. The first attack hits as you and as you look at her, she takes the stab wound into her shoulder and she just smiles.
Oh boy.
And she gestures with her sword as she's rearing it back, getting ready to hit you.
It's...
Would you like to do anything else?
I'm gonna make my one other attack, I guess.
Okay.
Can
Unfortunately,
you run away?
Unfortunately, you miss as you take the other side of your blade. You rail it around to stab at her, and she just very, very quickly takes a stutter step back, dodges out of your blade's slashing range.
Alright. Hold on. No. Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Lithana, you hear the sound of a man yelling now, saying,
What are you waiting for, Bryn? Go ahead and wake up Big Belchy.
and he is going to hold his action. And Auri, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to move
Okay.
to here.
Sounds like a plan.
And I am going to take my bonus action to turn into a albino brown bear. It's just a brown bear, but white.
Okay. I will drop the stats for a brown bear for you. An albino brown bear.
What color are its eyes? Like red?
Her eyes are still blue, like her eyes are. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, that's my turn.
So suddenly this Auri, I'm going to move your token because you're bigger now. Suddenly, Eli you, and Ender and even Gunthrow, you watch as Auri's diminutive form, as it approaches these stairs and begins walking down, she starts getting bigger and making guttural noises. As she now fills this passageway, this stairs leading down. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay.
I think you can probably hit the Nika.
Yeah. Yeah, you can.
Yeah? Alright, yeah, I'm gonna hit her then.
Go for it.
I just drag it onto her, right?
Yep, you can drag it onto her, or you can target her. That is a hit. As you lunge out with your massive jaws, slobber flying as you roar and bite into this diminutive, strange lycanthrope creature.
Okay, and I'm gonna do the second part of my multi-attack and use my claws.
Okay, you want to roll the damage first? Because you do hit with the claw attack. But typically you roll your damage first before you roll your other attack.
Can you drop the bear stats on me again?
Oh, did you close it?
Yeah.
That's okay. There you go.
I need to get rid of the other one. There we go.
Alright. So you hit with both as you bite into the creature. It's foul-tasting flesh on your tongue. Even in your bear form, you can tell there's something wrong about this creature. And it looks at you. It just kind of slowly turns its neck at you, and you hear the tendons cracking. And it smiles at you, and its eyes are glowing. and its mouth is full of incisors are overly long, and it just kind of opens its mouth and goes like it's looking like it's gonna bite you back.
Alright, that is the end of my turn.
Okay. On the Marrow's turn, the Marrow holds up its harpoon, undulates, and moves as fast as it can. Which isn't very fast, guys, because it's got a serpent body. It's meant to be in the water. And it's looking like it's getting ready to fire its harpoon at someone. Cultist number 2 now steps out and immediately begins running as fast as it possibly can. Rushing towards the sound of battle that are coming from this set of stairs. And Ender, it is your turn.
All right.
You are hearing
I'm gonna run up there.
the sounds of battle. There's this big, fluffy, white furred bear in front of you right now.
Can I get past her?
Sure, as long as you don't occupy its space, you can totally get past her. As you very deftly move past the white bear and find yourself at the bottom of the steps, you can see now the massive sight of this strange mechanical construct in the distance, which is sort of slacked, its head down, its strange panels that have been bolted to it, and barnacles everywhere. You see a woman in the distance with her arms up, and she's chanting louder now. And you see more of these individuals in robes rushing towards you all. And as you pass by Eli, you also notice that he seemed to be holding his hands up and over and pulling them apart, and you saw a bit of light as something began to coalesce in his hands.
All right, I'm going to announce to Lithana and Ari to get back. Let's funnel them back, and I'm going to attack them.
You're going to attack someone?
Yeah, I'm going to attack Danica.
Danica? Oh, the one that's in front of Lithana?
Yeah.
Okay. That's definitely a hit as you slash forth with your longsword, bringing across Danica's body, slashing across her shoulder and into the side of her body. And as you do, she, once again, strange sounds of tendons snapping as she stares towards you maniacally, her face a visage of horror, her mouth chattering as she makes a squealing noise.
All right, I'm now going to pull out my other weapon and try to stab her.
Lithana,
A different set of damage.
Lithana, what was your question?
Oh, go ahead. Nice.
I saw you whisper something to me there, Lithana. What was that?
Wouldn't my bow damage technically be magic?
You're not carrying a magic bow.
Oh, right, I went with the...
You went with the cloak.
That's right.
Yeah, for some reason, this strange creature, this lycanthropic creature, you're slashing into it, and its wounds are immediately healing. Once again, you slash into it, and it looked like you cut deep into its shoulder, Ender, and its arm looked like it was getting ready to fall off, and then suddenly all the tendons and bones and things knitted together, and it went, and it came back together.
All right, I'm now going to announce up the stairs.
Okay.
You stepped into the circle.
I don't know where your circle is.
Yeah, he wouldn't know. You didn't tell him.
Back up and too late. Out of the.
Would you like to do anything else, Ender?
That's the end of my turn.
Okay, Eli, are you letting loose that saved spell at this moment?
No. I'm gonna
No?
destroy Ender.
All right, then that your spell is gone, sir. You lose your held action. And it's Lithana's turn. Lithana, this horrifying creature, you keep watching it getting hit and bit and sliced, and its body keeps knitting together in front of you.
Oh, right. I'm gonna try to duck through Ari's legs and move over to the other side of the stairs.
Okay, would you like to disengage?
No, out.
It's too late. She's made a choice.
The opposite direction.
She's made a choice. Lithana, are you disengaging using your action disengage and then moving away?
No.
Okay.
That was my action.
All right. So Danica is going to attempt to take an opportunity attack against you. She's going to try to bite you. So as you begin to move away, Lithana's jaw is snapped shut, and you hear this sound of and spittle splashes against your face as you manage to slip away from her as she was attempting to bite you.
Alright. I'm going to look and see the other cultist and fire my longbow.
Okay. That is a hit as you knock an arrow and fire it into the robed cultist. And you watch as he falls forward, dead and useless.
And I see the other cultist on the other side, and I'm gonna notch another arrow and
Okay.
boom, that's one.
Unfortunately, it seemed too far away, and your arrow, loosing from your longbow, flies off in a wild arc and sticks into the wooden pews.
Alright, and I'm sitting right beneath a light. Can't hide, so I'm just gonna end my turn.
Okay. Alrighty. On Dasher's turn, Dasher, as you turn and look Lithana, you see this very nimble-looking creature rush towards you. And as he gets close to you, you can see his features now melt away, and he sprouts fur all over his body, and his teeth elongate. And he's now drawing his weapons and gnashing his teeth crazily, just like... And cultist number 2 is going to rush forward, is double move to get to Ender. And that's the end of his turn. And Auri, it is your turn. You are a bear.
Okay, I'm gonna take an attack on Danica real quick.
Okay. Unfortunately, that is a miss as your jaws snap just inches away from her body.
Okay, then I'm just gonna nod over at Ender and I'm gonna move back.
Okay.
After getting slapped for her, of course.
Okay, then. She used her reaction, so she will not take an opportunity to attack against you.
Yay! And that's my turn.
The bear now moves past you, Eli, just sort of very quickly up the stairs. And on Danica's turn, Danica turns her attention to you, Ender. And first, she attempts to slash at you with her short sword. Just see the glint of murder in her eyes as she stabs forth and attempts to stab you first in the side of your leg, but just manages to miss. And with a snarl, she rears back, opens her mouth wide, and lunges towards your neck and attempts to clamp down with her sharp teeth and scores a critical hit.
Ugh.
And I need you, let's see, you start to feel like this is some sort of hit that should have hurt more, but it didn't. But there's a bit of a weird pulse now from the bite mark. I need you to make a Constitution save. Okay. You felt this weird sensation, this bit of heat, but it's gone. It subsides. Whatever that was, send a chill down your spine. That's the end of Danica's turn. Eli, it is your turn. What would you like to do, sir?
Eli is gonna yell to Ender, "Retreat! Retreat!" And I'm gonna hold my action.
Okay. You're gonna hold another fireball there?
Yeah.
I really should start taking spell slots from you every time you say you're preparing. I'm not that kind of DM.
Thank you for not roasting me.
Say hold reaction.
Yeah. Well, you have to, yeah. Okay, so you are now hearing more of those loud yelling now. These words.
Unto Athras! Unto Athras!
And now you're hearing a sound of creaking and popping, of metal rubbing together, that is echoing throughout this chamber. And on the Marrow's turn, let's see. He is going to rush forth. And that's the end of his turn. Ender, it is your turn, sir.
Alright, I got a little bit of a weird action here.
So Eli yelled at you to get away.
I'm going to... Alright, I got a little bit of a weird turn I want to do here. I want to slash at the cultist, and then I want to knock back Danica with my decanter of Endless.
Okay. Well...
And then I want to retreat out.
Before you do that, using the decanter counts as an action, does it not?
It counts as a bonus action.
Oh, it does?
As a bonus action, I can aim the decanter and, yeah, knock a creature back.
All right, go ahead and make your attack against the cultist. That is a hit, as you slash at the robed cultist with your longsword and slash into him, and he just sort of goes, "Ugh!" as you cut into him, slashing through his very little bit of armor that he's wearing.
Can I slash at him twice, then use my bonus action, then move out?
Well, I don't know, can you? Do you have two actions?
I have 2 attacks.
So technically...
Does the second attack count as a bonus action?
No, two attacks are 2 attacks. The bonus action is a separate action. So you hit him again. Once again, quick succession, 2 slashes with your longsword, and you cut him in half.
And as I'm doing that, I'm slicing that guy right in half. I'm going to point my decanter towards Danica and fire. Actually, no, I'm going to point my. That's 20 feet. No, I'm going to point it at Danica and fire away.
Okay. How's that work? Does she need to make a strength save?
She has to strength save a 13.
Okay, I'll make a strength save on her. Alright, she makes a strength save. And she rolls an 8. She fails.
She takes a d4 of bludgeoning damage and she falls prone.
Okay, go ahead and roll that d4. I'll apply the damage to her, and I will go ahead and say she is prone.
Alright, I'm going to shout out to Lathana, this way. Actually, I want to still be standing in front of Eli.
Actually. So, let's talk about your decanter of water. Does it say that it's magical damage?
I don't think it does. It's just
or is it just
water.
water?
Let me look at
Okay.
the water. The water is just water, I do believe.
Okay. She just falls prone then. She does not take any damage from your attack.
Otherwise, whenever I drink it, I think I would take water damage.
But hey, Jeremy, this is magical damage.
Are you? I know what you're doing. All right. So you run away from her, and as you do, a massive fireball explodes, and you all watch as this burst of fire and flame, as this woman-like creature is suddenly screeching.
Atop of 30 gallons of water.
Yep. So there's a massive cloud of steam that dissipates almost immediately.
That was magic. I loved that.
Magic. That's the end of your turn, Ender, and the end of Eli's turn, unless Eli wants to move.
Oh, I didn't. You allow movement on held actions?
Nope.
That was just action. Yeah.
I was messing with you.
Okay.
All right. On Kelso's turn, Kelso is going to yell out,
Yes! Yes! Get Big Belchy out! Come on, hurry up!
and he is going to start running his full movement over towards the other halfling or diminutive creature wearing the mask that's been chanting this whole time. And he's clapping now. Oh, it's such a wonderful display. And then he begins to turn around and he sees the fireball and he's like, "Ah! Danica!" And Gunthroll, it's your turn.
I'm gonna move to there.
Okay. You lumber past the massive white bear that's looking at you kind of sheepishly now. Move past Eli, and Ender meets you as he's rushing up the stairs. You can see the light, this bit of light that casts a bit of dim light at the bottom of the stairs. You see this charred creature that's currently laying on its back and looking like it's getting ready to stand up.
I'm gonna cast Toll of the Dead on it.
Okay.
On
Danica. Lathana, I shared the map with you again. It may take a moment to share, but it should pop up here in a moment.
Thank you.
I click for her save.
Yep. Yeah, it should be rolling here in a moment.
Bong.
There is a discordant sound as Danica was beginning to lift her head up. grinning, snarling, get! And her head explodes.
Her head explodes?
Yes.
Can you go into detail about how that would happen?
There is a discordant bell that seems to echo all throughout the chamber within the cavern, and the sound rises higher, and it becomes louder, almost unpleasant, and hurting your eardrums now. And suddenly, her head just erupts like a watermelon being smashed with a hammer, Gallagher style.
I'm covering my eyes with my paws.
Gunthroll. That was cool.
Yes.
I'm just gonna look over at you and just like nod it, like I approve.
Is that the end of your turn? Go for it.
Yes. Roll my max.
Okay. Eli, is your turn.
I'm going to.
You heard more of those metallic pucks and springs and sounds of metal moving. And somewhere in the distance, you can hear a groaning sound. It's sort of like this low, guttural.
Move up.
And as you do now, you can see that this construct, this massive construct, which is covered in bits and pieces, is now moving. Its eyes dead, but it's now, the arms are starting to sway. And it seems to be leaking something wet, which is starting to drip off of it, dripping between cracks now.
Would you fire bolt at the marrow?
And your fireball hits the pew nearby, and there's a burst and a scorch from your firebolt hitting the pew. It now turns and looks at you like it's getting ready to fire its harpoon.
Hey guys, the Warforged is waking up!
And he runs away.
The plan has changed again.
Lithana, it's your turn.
Alright, I'm going to look at these dashes now and spit in his face and whack him with my.
Okay, go for it. That's a hit.
Oh wow! I can't believe that hit.
Yeah, he's not wearing that good of armor. But as you stab him into your blade slipping into his solar plexus, blood coating your blade, and as you pull it back, you watch as the wound knits together, and he's now staring at you with murder in his eyes.
Oh boy. Well. Then I'm gonna drop my scimitar, pull out my bow, and shoot at the marrow.
Okay. So you are going to take an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm about. Yeah. That's...
Technically, I will say no. He's not going to try to attack you. But technically, if you broke with him, even standing next to him, that's kind of breaking with him.
I mean, that's fine. You can do it, Mr. DM.
That's okay. So it's technically you're not moving away from him. He can still hit you.
That's
so
a natural one. Well, now I'm moving away. I'm gonna run.
Okay. He's gonna take an opportunity attack against you. And you can hear him slobbering as his mouth opens wide. And once again, you hear the sound of this screeching sort of as his teeth gnash out at the back of your neck and hits you. And you can feel this pulse as his teeth sink into your skin. And I need you to make a Constitution save.
Okay.
You feel this strange warmth from the piercing bite in your neck.
I use my inspiration to reroll.
Okay. Go ahead and click off that inspiration. I see you've already done so. Go right ahead. Oh!
No! Guys.
Oh, goody goody. Okay.
Guys.
Lithana, we'll have a conversation later.
Oh boy.
And you do manage to get away, but as you do, you're holding your hand up to your neck. and you're not feeling too well.
Guys.
You stumble
Okay.
up the stairs almost into Ender, and Gunthrow, it is your turn.
I will cast a 3rd level spell, Spirit Guard.
Spirit Guardians. Okay. Oh, you can't see that point from right where you're at.
That's on me.
Okay. I was gonna say you had it dropped right over there.
Oh, no, I was just spreading it out to get the measurement.
No worries. Yeah, I didn't see where you dropped it. So suddenly, as you all, there's a bit of a brilliant light as these spectral creatures erupt into being. And what do they look like, Gunthrow? Do they look like?
They look like winged snakes.
So-
Like a luminescent green. It's pulsing through the walls in front of the stairs, all around me. 15-foot radius. Just a swarm.
So swarms of hissing, bioluminescent, glowing, no, not even bioluminescent, just glowing green snakes with wings are flying around you all now.
Bonus, I shall. Oh, I'll image.
Okay. On Dasher's turn, he is going to rush forward because he has no idea what you've just done. So he'll take, I believe there's a save, and then he takes damage, correct? As he passes
Yeah,
into you.
I'll target him.
Okay, I won't finish his movement until he does that. So this lycanthropic creature runs around the corner and just gets tagged by several of these luminescent snakes, just, and blood is spurting from the wounds, and he's just like, yeah, and he's holding out his short sword menacingly, and he rushes forth, and as he does, he looks at you, Lithana, and winks at you, and then stabs forth at Ender. And Ender, you just watch as this lycanthropic creature rushes towards you and attempts to stab you with its sword, but just manages to skate off of the surface of your blade, of the blade, and then he attempts to bite at you. As your splint mail armor scratches and his teeth gnash together, and he just manages to miss you as you go up and tip your body back in just a few inches. The teeth snashing together. On Kelso's turn, Kelso is now approaching the altar, and he is now raising his arms and calling out and undulating. And Ender, it's your turn. Lithana is leaning against the wall, trying to get past you. This strange lycanthropic, diminutive, halfling-sized creature is stabbing and attempting to stab and bite you, but his weapons are glinting off of your splint armor.
Can I take an action and pick her up and bring her back behind Ari?
Absolutely, you can.
That's what I'll do. Can I also disengage?
I will say that you can disengage and take her with you.
All right, that's what I do.
Okay, if she's willing, she comes with you,
Oh, yes.
and she will not. Neither one of you will take an opportunity attack as you move away. But he wouldn't matter because he's already used this reaction.
Oh yeah, good point. End of my turn.
Okay. On Bryn's turn, that she yells out,
Hey there! Atheris! Atheris! Atheris!
and stops. And there is another sound of a roar that fills the cavern. And Bryn looks up, her arms upstretched, and this strange metallic construct, this titan, now leans forward and regards regards her and is now looking at its arms and all over its body and looking around the chamber. And Auri, it's your turn.
Alright, I look at my companions in front of me and realize I can't move, so I just sit my bare butt back down and hold my action.
Okay. You don't want to move? You can move past your friends.
Can I can get past them?
Yep, as long as you don't stop in their space, you can totally get past them. It's like you just kind of wedge between them, and they kind of go, "Ugh," and move away for a second as you pass by.
Okay, I assumed by my token that I couldn't get past them because I'm quite large.
That's okay. Are you going down the stairs?
Yeah.
Well, that is a problem. I thought you were moving past your friends.
Oh, I meant these two in front of me. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay where I am then.
Okay. Hold your action. On the Marrow's turn, the Marrow now is turning around and looks towards the creature that is coming to life, seemingly behind Bryn, and just stops and drops his harpoon on the ground. Eli, it's your turn.
He sees the creature in front. And
You're hearing a strange echoing sound, just like a...
yeah, I'm not worried about him right now.
That's a failure.
And
A burst of flame as your spell bursts forth past Gunny into this lycanthropic creature.
yeah, bye.
Okay.
And I'll end my turn.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna move another 5 feet right now.
Okay.
Around the bear, you know.
Ah, gotcha. Lathana, it is your turn. You are not feeling well.
Oh man. Oh guys. I thought I could take them, you know? Oh. She's going to like shakily pull out her bow and arrow and notch it and just hold her action and see if there's anything else that comes up.
Okay. On Bryn's turn, Bryn is going to start walking towards the creature. And
This is out of character, of course,
yes.
but I wonder exactly what they're doing down there. If they're all chanting, and that Marrow just dropped his lance.
The Marrow now shakes his head, reaches down, picks up his harpoon, and now begins to slowly slither away. Off toward the west. Kelso also moves around the platform and joins Bryn, standing in front of this creature, this construct. And Ari, it's your turn.
Yeah, it looks like I still can't do anything, so I'll just hang out.
Okay. You can hold your action. Absolutely. On Dasher's turn, Dasher is now going to...
At the beginning of his turn.
He's going to take some damage after he fails his save. As the green luminescent flying snakes continue to whirl around like piranha in the air. And you just watch as he gets tagged. And he is ripped to shreds in front of you by these creatures. These strange bioluminescent snakes. And it is now your turn to go through. Oh, actually, I apologize. On Big Belchy's turn, Big Belchy takes both of his fists, raises them up in the air in adulation, brings them down, and squashes both Bryn and Kelso in one hit. And they Gallagher across the floor. Very dead.
Guys, what's happening up there?
We're doing good. We're doing good.
And it now begins stalking across the floor. Slowly, water or some sort of fluid is now leaking out of its body, and it stomps forth and crushes the altar. Bethro, from your position, you just watch this massive construct splatter these two halfling creatures and then bash through this altar, and it's just stalking away from the rear of this chamber. And it's your turn. Just barely see the legs of this creature as it's stomping forth.
Do I think you can see me? Because I can't see it.
What's that?
Do I think that creature can see me? Because I can't really see it.
You're not sure. You just know that whatever it's doing, it seems to be stomping forward, just moving in a direction. Lithani, your map keeps disappearing. You can find it in the Images and Maps tab. It's called the Shunner Hideout.
I will,
Because every time I try to load it, it pauses and causes problems in Fantasy Grounds.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
I will end up my turn.
You're going to end your turn? Not going to do anything?
No, I'm going to try to stay as still as possible and just watch.
Okay, Ender, it's your turn. Lathan is continuing to lean against you a little bit and breathing heavily.
I could try to see if I might be able to. I'm just gonna look down at her and not say anything and walk back to the forward. Or to the, I don't know. I want to stay behind this bear. I feel like we should use the bear.
Okay.
Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna spend my turn talking about a plan. I'm gonna discuss how possibly we might have disrupted the Shunners yet. Should we escape? Whatever that is down there sounds big.
I'm just going to watch and see what happens. Maybe it doesn't see us and we'll only attack what it sees, and then maybe it'll shut off or go.
Okay.
There is a loud sound as this voice fills the chamber and just a yelling, just like a and it echoes throughout the cavern.
Well, that was the exclamation mark at the end of my battle strategy. I said we would.
I don't think we could take it now. Oh man, I feel so sick.
That's the end of your turn, Ender?
Or we go down there and we destroy it. End of my turn.
Okay. It's Eli's turn.
Jeremy, how tall is this passageway?
The passageway is only about 15 feet high.
That's about 5 feet.
But
higher.
it stops in places. It ducks down where there's masses of stalactites. I would say every 10 to 15 feet there are masses of stalactites that are sharp and pointing downwards and lower the ceiling to about 8 feet.
Oh, okay, so I want to go to a spot where it's 8 feet tall, and I'm going to tell everybody to come over with me. And
Okay.
I will cast the man's tiny hut.
Okay.
Come on inside, everybody. We can take a long rest in here. It is immovable dome of force that springs into existence around 10 feet wide, which fills the chamber. Everyone that I say can come in, but no other creatures can pass through it.
Okay. Well, on that note, I think we should take a little break, everybody. We'll come back here in a moment.
And I'm out of spells.
And
Hey guys, let's just take a nap here.
Alright, so on top of that rest that you want to take, everyone, you can go ahead and take a little break since we went a little bit past it. We'll come back here in a moment.
Lafana like leans on the ender to get into the tent and just collapses on the ground and falls asleep.
I'll definitely carry you in.
And I dimly lit it.
And she snores very, very loudly.
Get away, boss. But can we just take a long rest like that with this dome? Really?
Yeah.
Will
I
that
got
work?
AC. Hey, how are you hot or cold? Hold on. Snap my finger. You know.
I'm gonna watch what's going on out here while you guys are in there.
Alright, guys, I'll be right back.
Me too.
You still there, Mark?
Yeah, I got the Wi-Fi headsets on so I can walk around in the house, but
Oh, I said, how do you like that on chat?
the werewolf thingy. I think it died by my serpents.
Alright,
No,
good break.
I'm talking about the hut.
Oh, that?
Oh, you're not gonna congratulate me on my great wizardness? Thinking outside the box.
Okay. Let's cast knock on 2 trap boxes and kill her. That was 2 negatives and 1 positive. Not following the plan. That's a negative, so you're at it's -3 and +1. You're still in a negative.
So you're all in the little hut right now?
Nope, I'm watching.
Are you outside the hut?
Yeah, I'm staying where I'm at so I can try to see what the little marrow dudes do.
So
Maybe
you're
it's
gonna
like running like a little kid from the Warforged, or what's?
So you're while they're preparing to rest for a long rest, you're just gonna stand there?
Well, it's like they're still walking into the thing. It's only 6 seconds per round, so.
Oh, okay. So
I
basically
think
what
12 or 18 seconds will not be that.
So what you see, Gunthroll, is a Scooby-Doo episode of this massive Warforged stomping around and chasing this marrow that is very scared, trying to get away from it.
Oh, I'm gonna cast a 2nd level spell. Hold person on the marrow.
Okay, what's the range on that?
When he gets within 60 feet of me.
Oh, okay.
Actually, he's right. It takes a minute to cast, so he has a minute to basically mess around outside the dome. It takes a minute to
Okay.
cast it.
Your spell goes off. The construct stomps forth, just flattening the pews, raises up one of its legs, and steps on the marrow and explodes him.
What's
Marrow
the-
takes the damage, and it's very whimpering now, and trying to get away from it. And the construct now starts bashing with both of its arms into the ground.
When the marrow's dead, what does the construct do?
The construct stops moving, and more liquid is pouring out from cracks and crevices within it. And as you watch as the liquid comes all the way out and begins pooling and forming next to the body and rising up. And as it does, it forms into some sort of strange thing that resembles a wave, but it seems to have purpose or an intelligence. And it looks like that. And it begins with one of its wave-like arms. It sort of reaches out and touches the construct, the Titan. And what you can tell appears to be like an intelligent motion, like of reverence. And then the water creature begins slithering away from it, going towards the rear of the cavern. And you watch as it moves past the destroyed altar, just past the pews, the destroyed bodies, and leaps into the air, and you hear a loud splashing noise as it appears to splash into a body of water beyond the massive pillars that rise up to meet the ceiling of the cavern, and it is gone.
I'll go find all the bodies. I will loot them, and then I'll come back to the...
Okay. So you find
Just drop
Hey,
all
I'm
in my
back.
bag.
you find a smattering of short swords, hand crossbows. You find a little bit of gold. You find not much else. So I'll throw some short swords into your inventory.
Alright, if they have any coin or
Yep,
miscellaneous...
I'll throw the coin. And you also found a handbow, or the other handbow was completely burnt asunder from the fireball spell.
Oh, that's fine. It's looking for the higher quality stuff, but I'll take anything for coin. And after about 10-15 minutes of looking around the little room, I'll walk into the little tent, sit down, and said, "Well, I took care of all of them. Here you go. This is what I got."
What did we miss?
Oh, you guys are resting.
Okay.
Oh no, the water completed draining itself from the Warforged, formed into an elemental of some type, liquid. It looked around, admired the Warforged, and then slowly went out into the water and disappeared after it crushed the little marrow that was walking around still. For some reason, the marrow couldn't run or escape because it could have been helped. And then when it left, I went around and picked up everything off the bodies and brought it into the... Did you get all that? Hello?
What's that?
Hear all that, or...
I did. Yes, I did hear all that. Sorry.
Okay.
So basically, the threat left. It turned into a water elemental and swam away in a pool.
All the water drained out of the Warforged. Apparently it was occupied by an elemental of some type. It didn't like being controlled, so it crushed and killed everybody that it could see. And then when there's no more threats, it went back into the water. And
I see.
So my question to you, Auri, is: how does your wild shape work for long rest? Do you lose that after a while, or?
That's what I was gonna ask, because technically I could stay in bear form for 2 hours, so I guess I would just go like right back into bear form once we get out of the long rest. I don't know.
Okay.
Just stay human form because the threat's gone. You would have no reason to jump back in a bear.
Before I go back in the tent, I'm gonna see if I can't take that continual light or ever burning light thingy.
Sure. Make a strength check.
Exactly. See, no one's gonna see me rip it off if I am able to rip it off this time.
All right. So all in all, you found 55 gold and 40 silver.
Oh, that's going to go in the party loot. I'm just going to bring it into the tent.
Oh, okay. Oh, crap.
And now I'm just giant Ari. No, I'm kidding.
Humongous, Ari. So she's like the size of us now.
Yeah.
More.
And during the rest, I'll learn a few different spells. I'll pray to receive spells from my deity.
I'm going to sharpen my weapons and meditate and rest and sleep. All the above.
Okay.
I take water breathing since we'll probably maybe need that again to get out of here.
Yeah, your water breathing lasts for 24 hours, so should be okay. Still got time. All right, so I'll mark you guys as taking a long rest. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Oh, and did I get the continual light thing?
After a while, you're able to rip that thing off of the wall, and you now have 2 Everbright lanterns.
See, like I said, no one's around to see me rip it off the wall this time. That's right.
But for some reason, I don't see a lantern in your inventory. That's weird. Could swear I gave you one.
Nope.
That's weird.
I did eat 2 rations and a big fish while we were down here.
Okay, so who's taking first watch?
Oh, I'll take first watch shot. I'm good. I'm gonna be studying new spell.
Okay.
Lafana is.
Okay, so now you have 2 Everbright lanterns in your inventory there, Gunther.
Excellent. In case one, burns out.
Right. Alright. Now I can mark you guys as taking a long rest.
What happens when he puts it in the bag of holding?
Nothing. That won't come out unless I summon it out. And I will at the appropriate moment. As we're waking up, I'm gonna try to make a little breakfast for everybody, and I'm gonna cast Remove Curse on Lithana while she's resting.
Oh.
Gunthrool, would we know? Would you know it's a curse just by looking at it, or would you think it's poison? Or
He wouldn't know, so he wouldn't be casting that spell.
All right, I'll do a medicine check first.
So yeah.
what we should probably be doing as we wake up is checking. I'd want to check call over you and Ari, since you're both much better at medicine than I am, and ask you guys, like, tell you that something's wrong with her. She's not well. She's probably poisoned, or maybe something like spiritually is wrong with some kind of magic.
Poison won't last as long. She could be diseased or something. So do a medicine check to find out.
She is still probably bleeding in the neck.
Actually, no. After a few hours, her wound closed up and disappeared.
Did I know what those creatures were?
Why are you calling lightning over and over again?
No, I was trying
Just in case.
to unlearn it and get another spell for it.
Okay.
In a different.
I was gonna say, do you have remove curse like prepared?
I got rid of call lightning and took remove.
Okay. But yeah,
Actually, I don't think I can do that because that's my.
Yeah.
I'll get rid of a different one. Hold on.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and try and make a medicine check on her.
Sure. Yeah, as you approach her, Luthana, depending on the, I'll say for all intents and purposes, over the course of the 8 hours, Luthana had the sweats, and then suddenly, her wound closed up by itself, and she was fine.
The creatures that we fought that bit her, do we know what they are? Can I recall to see what they are? Because there is a body there.
There is a body there. You can investigate it. You can give it a once over. You notice that when you killed it, when you slayed it, its lycanthropic features began to fade away. And I would say just to make a history check for me. So Guthrie, you would absolutely, after checking this body, you would know that this is definitely a lycanthrope. And is very possible, for some reason, Auri is gigantic right now.
She got bit too. Get her.
Get her.
So, how long would I have?
She's itty bitty.
This from?
Well, I'll tell you this.
What's the gestation period? Sorry.
Let me look something up while you guys continue to roleplay with each other. Because this is loosey-goosey right now. You guys are just talking to each other. You're hanging out in the hut.
Oh, man, that was such a good rest. Got my finger and the bubble goes away. Man, ooh, feel a lot better now.
Yeah, Lathana might not be able to move too much. I got her legs and her hands tied.
You what?
She kind of like
That's
opens her eyes and she's like, hey?
Just relax. It's just a precaution. We're just evaluating your condition.
Is this
So
how
we
the
don't
new
need you
gods do things?
jerking around and thrashing and everything.
What's going on?
She like now trying to like roll over and get on her knees. She's trying.
No. You're wrapped like a cocoon almost, like, all the way from your ankles all the way up to your hips on your legs, and the same thing with your arms behind your back.
And now she's squirming. What the nine hells, Gunny?
You were bit by a creature that is evil in nature and can transform you into that type of creature. And I'm just trying to prevent you from getting angry and maybe possibly changing until I can get a good read on it.
Wait. And this isn't supposed to make me angry?
Oh, no. This is so if you do get angry, it's virtually impossible for you to break out.
I change into creatures all the time. I'm totally not evil. What are you talking about?
This is like a curse, like, it's a full moon, I'm gonna turn into a big bad wolf and, I kill everybody because I can't control myself, because, I'm a bad guy.
Oh, so she's evil now. Do we kill her?
No, relax. Relax there, genius. Mr. Charbroiled Thief, just have a seat and relax. We don't need none of your wild spells.
She gives Eli the evil eye.
So, in answer to your question, Gunny, you would absolutely know that if you prepared that spell, you could totally free her of this affliction, this curse.
All right, Lithana, in touch with my deity and all, the great Emerald Serpent, it says that you must willingly accept a spell that I cast upon you. So if you can willingly accept it now, you should have a good chance of not contracting the curse.
And as you say that, Lithana's eyes flash and she begins to grow fur.
And I cast a spell.
Okay.
Counterspell. I'm just kidding.
We have a werewolf, guys.
And I did tie her up, you know. Should have at least disadvantage while I'm tying her legs together constantly all the way.
Guthril, Lithana, you can attack him with a bite with a disadvantage if you like.
Okay.
Lithana's teeth begin to elongate and her mouth opens wider than it should, and she reaches out to bite Guthril with disadvantage.
As I see this transformation happening, can I grab her by the throat?
Can I do never mind. She's fine.
Natural one.
Okay. Her teeth gnash together as you reach forth and touch her and cast the remove curse spell on her. And as you do, her features ripple, the hair begins falling out of the follicles, and she begins spitting out teeth onto her chest as she's laying on the ground wrapped up in a cocoon. And
I got my hand around her throat, squeezing. You feeling better now?
Yeah. I bit my tongue.
she bit her tongue. She reinfected herself.
Well, that's good because you tried to bite me. I'm gonna slowly untie you, but I'm gonna hold my hand to your throat so you don't do anything stupid.
Guys, be honest with me. Does it look that gross when I do it?
A little bit. If I was, if I was being honest, right?
I am
Yeah, but
so
you do it
sorry.
in a cool, like friendly little way, and we're like, oh, look at the cute little doggy that's 6 foot.
Oh, cool. Yeah, see, that's what I'm trying to go for. Thank you.
So
And
you
when she does it, she's like, oh, look, bad fangs, I'm gonna eat you.
So you each received 460 experience for that encounter.
So when I finish untying her, I'll release the grip around her throat. Hey, how you feeling? You feeling?
As good as it feels to have someone like holding on to my esophagus.
Don't look at it that way. Just look at it as a preventive measure. And besides, I made brick.
I don't know whether to hug you or just to soak you in the jaw.
Either is good with me. Or both.
She kind of relaxes. Sits down. What? No, she's not sitting down. She's in a cocoon still.
Oh no, I took it off you.
Oh, okay. She's sitting.
And I hand you a muffin. I hand you a little piece of bread and some goop that I made and said, here.
Ender, as you step away from your friends and slip down the stairs after your long rest, your wounds healed, you're all back to somewhat to 100%. Lurking around the chamber, you can see this massive construct, this titan. Its head down, its arms slack.
Can I walk up to it and investigate it?
Sure. What'd you say, Gunny?
There's no light in the room, but I am holding one.
Okay. Are you holding out your ever bright lantern?
Oh yeah. I'm proud of
Okay.
it. I ripped this one off the wall.
Do you feel like up to exploring with them, Lithana? I can stay behind with you if you need.
So this is the thing that held on to the water spirit.
I think they may have bound the water spirit to the Warforged thinking that it was like gonna appease it or something, and then got pissed off and killed everybody. And then it finally was released from the container it was held, and then, I guess I was happy to be free.
that means that the immediate threat that the Shunners held is over. Mission
Correct.
complete.
Correct. I just took the stuff off the bodies. I didn't have time to search the room because I wanted to get back to you guys, make sure everything was cool.
Can we chop off the head of the Warforged and bring it back as a trophy? Just proof.
Absolutely.
A good idea.
You could also decapitate one of the bodies of well, one of them got charred and blackened. The other two got flattened like pancakes. So Dasher's body, though, is intact. You could totally take his body with you.
I just need his head.
I'm going to ask Gunthul if those monsters, are they dead when they die? Or do you...
If you killed them by magic, I believe so. What did my history check say with a 20?
You're fairly certain that a lycanthrope can be killed just like any other creature. They're extremely hardy creatures, but they can be killed through dismemberment.
All right.
Yeah, so
You're
if they're
also
destroyed by magic, then
you're also fairly certain that had any of you had silvered weapons, you could have also inflicted serious damage on them.
That sucks. I could have got that +1 weapon. I would have chopped that chicken in half, but instead I had to get the flask. Oh, just for the record, the flask is so much cooler.
it's not always about the weapon. It's what you can use with it.
The decanter was so cool. That felt so awesome. Anyways, all right. Well, I'm going to chop off the head of the Warforged and bring it back as a trophy.
Okay. As you approach the Warforged, its head is currently several feet above you.
Stand on a pew.
I'm going to motion for someone to come over here to assist me. And then I'll try to,
Okay.
do a cool spinny attack and cut its head off.
I'll drag one of the giant chairs that are sitting off to the side over so you can stand on it.
All right. Make a weapon attack with your longsword.
An axe might be better.
Come now. Oops, I attacked twice.
Yep. You clang into the side of its neck, and its head starts to droop and falls off onto the floor. And as you do, you hear a loud roar throughout the chamber. And you hear a sound of water splashing and bursting up from the rear of the chamber. And this large creature made of water comes rushing towards you all. Roll for initiative.
Does anyone have languages?
Yes, I do. I'll cast comprehend
Initiative.
language. Oh, true.
As all this is going on, Lathana turns to Ori and she's like, "Oh, I'm feeling all right now. I appreciate your concern." And then hears the roar and says, "Oh."
Well, sounds like they did something stupid. We should probably go check it out.
All right, and she runs.
I like it. Gunther turned into a water creature. Ooh.
Yeah, I was trying to drop it, but then when you guys were rolling an initiative, all of a sudden it just All right. Well, that was fun. All right, time to kill you guys. No, I'm just kidding. Or am I?
You can
Why do you
certainly
do
try.
this? Why?
All right. Eli, it's your turn.
I'm going to cast comprehend language.
Okay.
Try to speak with it.
All
Didn't
right,
mean you no harm.
How long does that take?
An action.
So it only I know it takes an action, but how long does it take to cast? Is it instantaneous?
Yeah, one action.
Okay.
Lasts an hour.
So you hear this echoey, watery voice sing.
You dare defile My friend, you will suffer.
We didn't know it was your friend. You can put it back.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. On your next action, you can attempt to persuade it. Auri, it's your turn.
Okay, I am going to.
All you heard
Cast.
was the sound of a clang, a metallic clang, and then the sound of water splashing, and then some loud voice speaking in a strange language, echoing throughout
Okay.
the chamber.
I'm gonna run in the direction that I heard it, knowing that they went off, probably doing something dumb.
Okay. As you enter into the
Thanks.
chamber, you see
Thanks for
some
the
sort of,
confidence.
in the distance, in the dark, you can just see something made of just pure water, which is undulating and rising up.
Eli, did you seriously touch another chest?
No.
And then I'm gonna use my action to turn into the bear again.
Okay. I will throw a bear on you. Literally. Good old bears. Them bears. Once again, Auri's
Quick question.
body ripples, and she bursts into a furry creature.
Alright, that's my action.
Okay.
Quick question. When Eli was speaking to the water elemental, did it sound like his mouth was full of water and he was just going?
All you heard was just the strange sounds, weird vowels.
Let's see.
It sounded like Eli was spitting through his hand. Just going.
Beautiful. There's beatboxing. Oh my god.
Lithana, it's your turn.
Alright, I'm going to follow after my friend and see what.
Okay. Would you like to do anything else?
Do I see the elemental?
Off in the distance, just past one of the large support columns, you see some sort of strange thing made of pure water rising up in the distance.
Okay. I'm gonna move here, I guess, and attempt to hide?
Okay.
Because why not?
Doesn't work because unfortunately you have to use your action to do that. It took your full action to move there.
Oh, did I use
You
all
moved.
my move?
You moved all your movements. So unfortunately, you cannot take the hide action on this turn.
Well, I'm like running and I'm like, let me try to hide, and I look and see it's coming towards me.
Okay.
Okay, that's it.
All right, Ender, it is your turn.
All right, I'm gonna look back at Eli, and say, probably a foe. I'm gonna shoot a crossbow at it.
Okay. I believe
Can I say anything?
that
to
would.
him?
What's your long range? I believe is 100.
Oh,
Or is
I'm-
it less?
It doesn't say I've looked. I can't find it anywhere
I can tell you.
because
what it is.
I'm 100 feet away.
It's a light crossbow, right? So you're.
Yes, sir.
You're at long range, so you're firing at disadvantage.
Okay, thank you.
So you can click disadvantage on the modifier and then roll your attack.
Of course. I'm
Yeah.
gonna shoot twice. Can I? Okay, so since I have a second action now, or a second attack, I can shoot twice, right?
Correct. You can load and then fire again.
All right, let me see if I can do fighting spirit on a ranged attack. That's your bonus action on your turn. You can give yourself advantage on a weapon attack rolls until the end of turn. All right, I'm going to do my fighting spirit and cancel that disadvantage and just gain no advantage. Would that work?
Yep. Just roll your attack as normal then.
Okay, and I'm gonna gain temporary hit points too.
Okay. That is a critical hit as you fire your crossbow at this strange watery creature.
Let me see if that my savage attacks work with bows or only melee weapon attacks. Okay.
Yeah, no savage attacks on it, the light crossbow. And your bolt flies across into the creature, but at this long distance, it doesn't seem to impact as much as you thought it would.
Okay, now I'm gonna have my second attack with disadvantage.
Okay. And unfortunately, your bolt flies wide and dashes into the stone support column.
But it was more about that first one and how cool I look.
Exactly. Would you like to do anything else, Ender?
It's the end of my turn.
Okay. Gun thrower.
Actually, I'm gonna take a few steps to the right, and then it's the end of my.
Okay. Gun thrower, it is your turn.
I'm gonna move up to here.
And when you say move up to here, what do you mean?
I'm gonna move 30 feet.
Okay.
See the light.
No, what I'm saying is the people that are listening to you right now don't want you to know what you mean by I move up to here.
Well, I move forward 30 feet.
Okay.
Get close to Eli and say, tell him we don't wish to destroy him. We don't mean to harm him, but if he attacks us, we will have to. And I will hold my action.
Okay. Well, talking to Eli was part of your action. But I'll say that you can hold your attack action if you like.
Okay.
Okay. And on Atheris's turn, severely pissed off at Ender for chopping the head off of his dead friend.
Can't shoot me.
Yeah. And firing at him, he is going to rush forward as fast as you can. It's like a wave traveling across the ground, wetting the ground as it rushes forward straight towards Ender.
Oh, and that radius is my light.
I figured as much. You were still probably holding your lantern. And Eli, it's your turn again. So you're watching this creature, this water creature, this elemental, which is rushing towards all of you, severely pissed off and roaring now.
We mean you no harm.
Okay, is that your persuasion? Is that what you say? Do so at disadvantage because one of your friends fired at him.
Oh no.
We mean to kill you.
Atheris responds by yelling,
You lie! You will all suffer and drown!
I guess we kill you now.
"Is that the end of your turn?"
Yeah.
Okay. On Atheris's turn. Let's see. He is going to rush forth. And he's going to slam down on Ender. You just watch Ender as this creature's arms that are made of water that is continuously flowing. And it raises its arms up one at a time, bringing them down near the pews where you're standing. Its first arm crashes down, attempting to slam into your body, and bashes into you, just slamming you and nearly flattening you into the ground, breaking the pew in front of you. It then takes its other arm and once again brings it down and attempts to slam you once again, and again connects, and just like two waves hitting you at once, one after another. Bam! Bam! It then moves into your space and engulfs you. And I need
Oh
you
yeah,
to...
that's 5 less damage because of my shield.
Okay, I didn't know
My
that.
My temporary hit points.
No, your temporary hit points would be gone at this point.
I know. So 5 less hit. The damage that I just took is just -5.
Okay, I need you to remember going forward to add that to your character, because I'm not going to remember that in the heat of combat. Okay?
You can go on page 1 of
Okay.
your character sheet, put in your TMP will be your temporary hit point.
So I'll reduce that for you. So
I already did.
18?
No, I already did.
Okay.
I just brought it down already. It was
Sure.
up to 28.
Sure. Okay, and I need to make a strength saving throw. Okay. And you are currently engulfed by this thing, but you're not in danger of being hit. It's like it's slowly starting to try and absorb you into its body. And Gonthrow, it is your turn.
Didn't want to kill you, but I cast third level spell, Spirit Guardian. Takes up the same space as my light. Green flame snakes slowly emerge around me, start striking forth at
Okay, you watch the snakes actually starting to swirl out from you, coalescing and emerging into existence, and are slamming into the body of the water elemental. And it succeeds. So that's no damage, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, nope, sorry, half damage.
yeah, just
Yeah. It has not. In answer to your question, Lithana, it has not been 24 hours.
and I will end my
Okay. Ender, it is your turn.
I'm currently engulfed. Can I try to free can
Actually, no. You can move away from it. Because you were able to save on your strength save. You can just step away from it. It doesn't hurt you if you do. In terms of in terms of the engulf, you can move away. To be 5 feet away from it. So you're no longer in danger of being held within it and being spun around and bashed and bludgeoned.
Okay. I'm going to take a melee attack against
Okay.
them. With advantage again with my fighting spirit.
Okay. How long does your fighting spirit last?
My fighting spirit is just something I can choose to use on my attack. It just it gives me advantage on my attack, and it gives me 5 temporary hit points. And the way that temporary hit points work, if I'm not mistaken, is they're just there, they don't go away. I just have 5 temporary hit points until someone attacks me and removes them.
Okay, you can use this feature 3 times, so you've used it a second time now.
Yep, 2 times. I have. If you take a look at my notes, you'll see I'm keeping track too.
Yep. Okay, and you hit with your longsword, slashing through. It's like cutting into a lake or a river, like you're slashing into. So there's quite a bit of resistance as your blade passes through the creature, and appears to do a bit of damage, but doesn't seem to be affecting it a whole lot. It looks really angry.
I'm going to use my second attack.
Okay.
Alright, I'm now going to action surge and do another set of attacks.
Okay. And what do you do as you activate your action surge?
I'm going to be getting very angry at this point. Not very samurai of me. I'm going to be more of my half-orc than my gentler. I'm just going to be screaming, and I'm going to be literally slashing that water.
Okay.
Something I've probably done once or twice.
As you went forth, you connect and once again slash into the creature, dealing a little bit of damage to it, but clearly your attacks are not as effective as you wish them to be.
And my second attack for my action surge. Oops.
Okay, well you hit.
To just do one. And then it's the end of my turn.
Okay. Lathana, it is your turn. You are watching your... Yeah, you're not going to move away?
Me? I don't think I'm going to be able to get away from this guy. I don't want to provoke any attack of opportunity, so...
Okay.
Move into my protection.
Can I sidestep into his protection?
You can, as long as you don't break away from its reach, you can totally move.
That's what I'm going to do then.
Okay. And now it's Lathana's turn.
Alright. I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the water elemental. And which will give me I need to put it on myself, right? I think.
Yes.
Okay. And then I'm going to use my threat ambush ability and my 2 attacks and 3 attacks
Okay.
with my longbow. So I'm gonna notch an arrow, aim, and then
Your arrow arcs across and flies wide. It almost looks like it got grabbed in the teeth of one of those flying spectral snakes.
no. I shall shoot again.
And this time you connect. Your arrow passes through the swirling spectral snakes and passes into the creature. Unfortunately, it appears as though it gets caught in its body, and you can see the arrow is swirling around inside of it like there is an internal volatile motion.
Alright, so I'll make my last attack.
And yet another successful attack as you knock an arrow and fire it thusly. It bashes into the creature once again. Your arrow into its watery form.
Oh, does that also get another Hunter's Mark?
You
I
should
think I have to do it every attack.
You have to put it on the creature.
I remember that didn't work.
Yeah,
last time.
there's a problem with the system, and you have to do it every single time.
You have to put it on yourself. So, plus D.
Okay, so
Yep.
another 4 damage onto the creature.
Would that be 2 resisted?
Yeah, it's not magic.
And she
wait.
readies another arrow.
Yeah, you rolled a
That's it.
D8. That should have been a D6.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Well, just roll with it. Roll with it.
Okay. She prepares another arrow and waits till it makes its.
Okay, it is a bear called Auri's turn.
Okay, I'm going to make a dash forward just to get it up next to
Okay.
next to Ender.
Normally you can move 40, so you can run up there totally with your double movement. You pass through the spectral snakes, which are in almost like a spherical dome over the area where you're currently standing within, rushing forward this strange elemental creature.
Alright, and that's my turn.
Okay. Lathana, it's your turn again as you knock another arrow, pointing it thusly towards your quarry. Rising up, looking like it's getting ready to slam down on Ender and potentially on your bear friend as well. There you go, I shared it with you, Auri. Hello, Lathana, are you there?
Oh yes, I'm here. Hello.
Hello. It's your turn.
Oh, did I? It's the end of my turn. Yes. No.
No, it's your turn.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. I notch another arrow and aim and fire.
Okay. Unfortunately, your arrow flies wide.
She takes the second arrow and like blows on it. Come on. And no!
Lathana's almost out of arrows.
You're letting me down.
Lathana, you're reaching back into your quiver and you're realizing, oh shit, I only have 3 arrows left.
Not hyperventilate.
And Eli, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I didn't want to kill you.
I mean, you can try. You can try to talk to it again if you like.
Don't listen. I'm gonna cast Ice Ball.
Ice ball? It fails.
You see kind of a change. It's not a bright red kind of ball that shoots out. It's a blue kind of coloration.
This massive ice ball coalesces and parts of the water elemental's body begin to freeze and break off, and then it slowly begins to reform again. It's clearly you heard it though.
Now will you listen? Now my turn.
Alright. Auri the bear, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and attack.
Bring a sippy straw. Drink it all.
Just lap it all up.
I wonder if Auri can turn into one of these one day.
Oh.
I could turn into an elemental eventually, but
Can you imagine if Auri turned into an elemental and then Eli used Auri to fuel his airship?
Yeah.
no more opening chests so we can make it that far. Alright, it looks like I missed.
On your first attack, yes. You still have your claws, though. As you slash out with your claws are just passing through the water, not seeming to connect anything.
Alright, well, I missed again. End of my turn.
And Ender, it is your turn.
Alright, I'm going to attack it.
Alright, go for it. That is a hit. As you slash forth with your longsword, passing through the creature's body, the creature once again appears to resist your attack somewhat.
Second attack.
And that, unfortunately, is a natural one.
I'm going to take one more step to the side.
Okay.
End of my turn.
Alright. On Atheros' turn, it's going to pass after whatever... after seeing if it'll save. I don't think you cast that right now.
Yeah, I lost the target for some reason.
It fails. More of the spectral snakes are passing through its body now. Passing through its body, out the other side, and undulating and arcing around. Atheros then flows forward, now occupying both Ender and Auri's spaces. And I need you both to make strength saving throws.
Got 14.
20, natural 20.
Okay. So you're drenched, Auri, completely drenched, and within its space. Ender, however, takes a little bit of damage as you are pulled into its body and spun around like a top. And you are also grappled.
Yeah, just me.
Just you. And restrained. As the water seems to, like a vice-like grip, grab your form. And it's holding it now within it. You're not in danger of being suffocated because of your water breathing is still active. Gunthroll, it is your turn.
shall cast the favorite spell of Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead. Oh, I'm sorry.
Ding dong, the witch is dead. Everyone loves that.
I rolled the damage, did it not? Okay. And I'll take a step backward.
Okay. Fantasy Grounds knows it's time because it's starting to have problems. In answer to your question, Ender, I'm not sure. I know that you are grappled and restrained, so technically you can't do any actions other than trying to escape. But where you would assume the creature's head would be, you all watch a bit of like a blast and water vapor just splashes all over the place. And on Athos' turn again,
It will take more damage.
take more damage. And we'll see if its Whelm ability is recharged or not. It takes... Oh! Never mind. As suddenly radiant green spectral snakes all coalesce and fire like bolts through its body, and you just watch as both the bear is torn asunder, pushed away, and Ender falls onto the ground, no longer restrained, as Athor is blasted into the ground, dead. And now soaking the pew, soaking the wall, or the walls, soaking the pews, soaking the ground. And you, my friends, are out of combat.
Didn't
I'm
want
going
do that
to-
to that creature.
I'm gonna sheath my sword in a really cool samurai way. Flick my beard a little bit, get the water off. Like squeeze my beard and like drench the water onto the floor.
I'll grab your shoulder and cast Cure Light Wound.
I have no idea what has happened at this point, so I'm just standing. I sit down on my bare butt and I cross my bare arms and look at them like, all right, who did it?
The man that almost drowned.
I pick up the Warforged head and say, apparently this was precious to him.
Yes, he said it was his friend, but I didn't really see him move. So, interesting. I guess we all can have friends. I guess, I've heard people have invisible friends. Or, I guess you could be friends with yourself, like Gunthrow. You don't have any friends, but other than that, I guess are we good to go?
Brr.
I'm everybody's friend. Everybody needs a friend like me.
Speaking of friendship, you got any more of that emerald snake stuff? I'm gonna itch my chin like an addict.
Why, of course, come here. You're a healthy young man.
Orc.
Lathana is going to take
Yes,
a
Lord.
moment to collect her arrows, because she did not collect them from the night before either.
Roll
And-
a d20, Lithana.
Okay. That's a 3.
Okay, 3 of your arrows were broken. So you recovered all of them except for 3.
Is there anything up on this broken worshipping table?
You see some sort of strange statue made of what appears to be gold. and it appears to be an effigy of some sort that resembles a dragon with a squid's head with wings coming off the back of it.
Throw it in the loot bag.
Okay.
Does Lothana see any of the bodies from the night before?
Well, currently, Gunthril, Eli, and Ender are standing in the remains of the two halflings that were squashed. Behind you are is the charred corpse and the headless corpse of Danica and Dasher, because one of you cut the head off of one of them as proof.
Do they still have hands?
They do have hands.
So, Lothana's gonna go over and take her dagger and chop the hands off, and then take a little bag out and seal it and put it.
Like an evidence bag?
Well, she is a bounty hunter.
Okay. I'll say maybe you wrapped it up in a bit of cloth, torn cloth. Maybe you tore their shirts off and wrapped their hands in them.
Yeah, and if they have any distinguishing symbols or pendants on them, she grabs that as well.
They are wearing rings.
Okay, she inspects them.
Looking at the rings, there appears to be a little circle that resembles an eye, and several smaller circles, equidistant, like spokes on a wheel, all around it. They all wear similar rings that look just like that.
Anything else on the bodies of note?
Yeah, nothing of interest. Most of it appears to have been pilfered.
Okay.
Like someone possibly went through their pockets already.
I'll give her his head.
Okay. Would you like a head?
You got a nice bag there, so I'll let you keep that one.
Oh, but you're the bounty hunter here. You can give proof there's a head. It's better than the hand.
Well, I don't know if I can keep it in my bag. She shows her bag. It's just a simple.
Lithana, as you are looking around the chamber, you feel a bit of prickling sensation on the back of your neck, and where your wound from your bite healed itches.
Oh, she comes and scratches it.
Nothing else.
Scratches it and her leg shakes.
Just it itches a little bit.
And
He's going to be doing this to you through the entire campaign. He's going to be talking about that bite just to make you worry.
What's a campaign? Who are you talking to right now?
The voice in the sky.
God, I had this campaign echoing through the chat. No, just kidding. She also takes out her list and she puts 2 little check marks next to names and then rolls it up and puts it.
Okay. Would you all like to do anything else in this chamber, or would you like to start heading back?
Yeah, we can start heading back.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you all begin passing through the chamber, walking past the now headless body of the Warforged Titan, looking about the bodies of the fallen creatures, the various mishmash of pancaked halflings and pancaked marrow and charred and headless halfling lycanthrope creatures, and retracing your steps through the hallways of the narrow passages of this place. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Woo.